So tell me about a time when you really felt hopeless. I know you are a very positive person, but for the sake of the listeners, because many people feel hopeless at smallest things, especially if they are
Yeah.
not feeling good. So, what are some of the lessons you learned, and what are some of the tips you would give to listeners when they are feeling totally hopeless? Oh, I did this, I did that, I did like one, two, three, four, 10 things, but still nothing worked out.
Exactly. And it's boy, you remind me of things. I mean, we never forget things in our lives, but I will tell you of a time in my life. It wasn't so much that it affected me, yes, but it was affecting my family more than anything else. And this is my immediate family, and I had a brother who was an alcoholic. And I was working in New York City at the time, and I was trying to get help for him. And I was very distressed. I was working full time. I was very distressed, and I was taking the subway. I would take the subway to work, and I remember coming home from work one night, and I fell asleep on the train, and we were coming, like to my station, but I had fallen sound asleep, but in my thoughts, I was crying out because I have a lot of faith. I'm was raised Catholic, but I'm respectful of all faiths, and I it's one thing again that I love about this position, but I've always been enjoyed other faiths, and but I was praying in my thoughts, and even as I was asleep, and I all of a sudden I felt a hand on my
Oh,
shoulder, and I woke up because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm on the train. Somebody's trying to mug me or something,
oh.
take my purse. And I woke up, and there was nobody on the train, and there was nobody around me. And as I just sat there, I realized that a hand, I felt this like touch, a warm touch on my shoulder, and it gave me faith that my prayers were being heard, and that I was there was hope, and I have to say, without going into a lot of detail, that hope did come not long after that, where my brother sought out important help, and but I was there to be supportive of him, and so it just always reminds me when times get tough, and not to say that there haven't been tough times since, but I always go back to my faith, and never forget that somebody, a higher authority is listening to me, and they will give me that sign that everything is going to be okay. So I've when times have been tough, even when I had postpartum, for instance, I mean, I never gave up. I kept the faith. I got help, and I also sought out my higher power.
Yeah, that's really important because faith is important. Doesn't matter what God you believe in, there is some supreme power, right? Like I follow Hinduism, but we believe that there is a God inside every human being. Pretty
Hmm.
much honor everyone. So he or she can come in any form. Doesn't matter what you call, as long as you have faith, and that's very important.